Hey, hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Okay, let's get started. So, I want to welcome you all here today. Today, we're talking about, excuse me, y'all, we're talking about goal setting and financial and profit planning. So, I have quite a bit of information that I want to go over. I'm going to try not to rush through it and talk really fast because I am really good for that. If you have questions as we go through this, go ahead and write them in the chat. At the end, I will go back through them and answer questions. If you don't have any questions now, don't worry about it. You can always put questions inside of the membership portal and you can just ask them there. And I do pop in every single day and I read your questions and I answer them there. You also have the option to enter your questions in our private Facebook group. I do encourage you to go and join there. I definitely want to encourage you all to participate, show up in the Facebook group, be active. I'm going to pop in and ask questions and challenge you all each day. So I just want to encourage you to participate. I am doing something called a business spotlight. And that will be for the businesses that the people that I see show up and actively participate. I see you applying the things that I'm teaching or that we're talking about. When I see you doing the work, I want to spotlight you. And so a spotlight is going to be where I actually feature you on my YouTube channel, where I feature you on my social media pages. And I have, I think, a little over 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to be able to tell other people about you and your businesses, but you have to put in the work in order to get featured like that. So I just want to encourage you all to join the community, participate, be active, write your questions in there, and we are, or my team and I are here to serve you. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is goal setting. A goal without a plan is only a dream. When you're creating goals, you have to create an action plan and a due date to go along with it. If you don't, it's never going to happen. It just remains a dream. So, I want to show you some things today or share some things with you so that you can turn your dreams into reality. Grab your pens and your notebooks, and we're going to get started. The first thing I want to do is encourage you when you have goals to handwrite them out and then to hang them somewhere where they're visible. This will serve as a guide, a reminder, and inspiration for you to keep pushing forward. For example, why did you start your business? Think about it. And in fact, y'all, if you want, feel free to write it in the chat. Why did you start your business? While you're thinking about it and you're answering, I can tell you why you started your business. You wanted freedom. I don't care how you answer the question, you wanted freedom. You wanted freedom of your time where you didn't have to go in and clock on somebody's clock. You didn't want to have to answer to somebody on every single project. You wanted freedom of money, money so that you can pay your bills, so you can send your kids to a nice college or school, so you can do great activities with them. You wanted money so you could travel the world. You wanted freedom. And y'all forgive me, you hear my dog barking in the background. You wanted freedom. Freedom is why you started your business. You have your other reasons, but it always boils down to freedom. So when you start this business, generally you're doing multiple jobs. Now, if you're smart, eventually you hire help to help you do the jobs. But when you first start off, you're normally doing more than one job. You're doing the job of making the money, and then you start off maybe doing some back end work. And when you do more than one job, it's easy to burn yourself out. It's easy to, prime example, say you work a daytime job and then you have your business. You work a daytime job from 9 to 5, and then you get home 6 ish, and then you work till 11, 12, 1 or 2. Then you turn around and you do it again. That's several jobs. And after 5 days during the week of doing that, you don't want to do anything Saturday and Sunday. You're like, dang, I need a rest. Well, when you first start a business, you can't just rest. You got to show up each and every day for your business. And when you see those goals that you hand wrote, that you wrote out, that you wanted to accomplish, it's easier to get up and to keep pushing forward if you see them in your face every day. But if you don't see them, then you can just have those moments where you're like, oh, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna rest. And then that day leads into another day, and that day leads into another day. And here you are a week later, and you haven't shown up in your business for a week. And people are thinking, well, where's she at? I knew he or she wasn't serious about this business. Yeah, I'm not going to give them my money. And we don't want to get to that point. We want to show up each and every day so people can continue to support our businesses. So I want to encourage you, when you're setting your goals, to handwrite them out and to hang them somewhere visible. For example, my biggest goal right now is my financial goal. And I have it written on a dry erase board that is nailed to the wall in my master bedroom. So when I get up in the morning, I see it, and it's like across the room from my bed. So when I wake up, I see it. I go into my ensuite, I get dressed, I come out, I see it. I leave, I come back for the day, I see it. I'm looking at this several times a day, and it's broken down into the profit plan, which we're going to get into in this lesson later on in the video. But I see what my goal is. I see my financial goal. I see the profit plan on how I need to do it. So it's a constant reminder to me. It's constant inspiration to me. It's a constant guide to me to get up and go show up in my business. So I want to encourage you to do the same and watch the difference it can make for you. Now, when we're talking about goals, you want to create short-term goals, which can be accomplished in 1 year or less, and long-term goals, which can be accomplished anywhere from 2 to 10 years. Now, your short-term goals and your long-term goals can work together in tandem, but they don't have to. And when I say that, let me give you an example. Now, for most of you who know me, my background is aesthetics, so skincare. So, for example, I went through school. I think it took me 1 year full time to graduate from my program. Say my ultimate goal is, so my long-term goal is to open a school where I'm teaching other business owners how to grow, build, and scale their beauty businesses. But before I can get there, I need to go through aesthetic school. So my short-term goal would be to apply to school, study the program, graduate. My long-term goal would be to open a school or a business to be able to support other businesses. So they worked together. Now that's where they're working in tandem. Now they don't have to, meaning like your long-term goal could be, I want to buy a vacation home in Italy. And your short-term goal is, I just need to meet my sales goal of $1,000 a day. So they don't necessarily work together, but ultimately this goal will help you achieve that goal. So that's what I mean about short-term and long-term goals. I encourage you to have both for your personal life and for your professional life. And keep in mind, when you're making your goals, you want to make SMART goals. And that stands for specific goals. The S is for specific, the M is for measurable, the A is for actionable, the R is for realistic, and the T is for timely. So I'll break that down for you. To make a specific goal, you want to write down very directly what you are trying to achieve. Measurable means you need to have a due date. So you need to make sure that you can actually achieve when the goal has been completed. It's not some general date, general idea, general time frame. Actionable, you need to actually create an action plan to do it. Can you do it? So that leads us into the next one, realistic. Is it an achievable goal? And timely, again, putting some sort of due date to it that you can actually measure and complete. And I'll give you an example of a SMART goal. I'm going to reach 1,000 followers by February 1st, and this is my action plan to do it. One, I'm going to show up every day on social media. Two, I'm going to show up providing value. Three, I'm going to show up as the expert in my industry. So that's a very SMART goal. I was specific by telling you what I'm trying to do. I'm going to reach 1,000 followers. It's measurable because I'm giving you a due date of when I'm going to reach it. It's actionable because I had 3 steps that I'm going to take to achieve that goal. And it's realistic because right now I think my follower count's like maybe 920. So that's 80 followers in the next 20 weeks. That's very, very doable. And it's timely again because I put a due date to it. By February 1st, I'm going to achieve that. Now, I want to put this out here real quick, caveat. For the record, followers is not the be all. Followers does not equate to money. You can have 20,000 followers and make $0. You can have 920 followers and make a lovely little income. The whole point is, what is your connection to your followers? Are you showing up every day and connecting with them? Are you engaging with them? Are they engaging with you? Are you showing up with value? Are you showing up as the expert? Are people enjoying your story? The way the world works now, everybody wants to know more about the person behind the brand. They want to know your story. They want to connect with you. And generally, people are connecting with you before they even connect into your products or your services. So I want to remind you of that. Yes, you do want some followers because you want a tribe, you want a community, but that's not like your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to connect with people and to build your tribe and to show up with value for them. So, I want to encourage you to take a moment and think about what you want to accomplish this year in 2021. And then you want to write them out in the goal format of writing your SMART goals. I would encourage you to write more than one. You can have a really, really big goal, you can have a few small goals, but I want to encourage you to write multiple. I personally write 100 goals at the beginning of the year. Actually, it's usually at the end of the previous year. I write 100 goals and then throughout the year, tick them off. And I can tell you they are a combination of my personal and my professional life. I'll actually share something very personal with you all. I am on a health journey to get healthier. So I have the goal is to get healthier. That's not a smart goal. There's no it's not measurable. It's not actionable. It's realistic, but it's just there's no way to really get there. So I need to break that down. How am I going to get healthy? Okay, I'm going to eat better. Okay, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to drink my 1 gallon of water a day. So those actually are the little goals that I wrote down. Now I have them all written down in a planner, but I do try to look at it every week, and I pick out so many goals and I put them on stickies, and they're in my bathroom. So every time I go in, I look at it and go, oh, that's a goal I can achieve today. That's a goal I can deal with this week. That's a goal I can mark off. So I'm constantly working towards this 100 goals. At the end of the year, I usually accomplish about 90% of them. There's always a few goals where life changes, things happen that you have to adjust. So some of them either getting crossed out, canceled, or I just move them to the next year because I didn't have enough of a time frame to complete them. Now, I always do have some really overly ambitious goals. For example, I always set a financial goal. This is what, I must make. But then I do a stretch goal. Okay, let me add another $50,000 on top of that. Let me add another $100,000 on top of that. Now, how can I stretch myself to achieve this higher goal? So think about that too. Create some really big stretch goals and create some smaller achievable goals, because you don't want to just do a bunch of big stretch goals and then when you don't get to accomplishing them, then you feel overwhelmed, you feel discouraged, and you stop. No, so make sure you have a good mixture of both so that you can achieve and push yourself to achieve more. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you all about goal setting, making sure you're setting your goals. So, beginning of January, people are always quick about, oh, let me set these resolutions. Resolutions is old. We're not doing resolutions because resolutions usually fall off by the wayside at the end of the month of January. So, we're not going to do that. We're going to set goals that we can achieve from January all the way through December of 2021. Now, let's talk about financial and profit planning. As business owners, we need to properly plan out the money we want to earn so that we can ensure we're paying ourselves and we're paying the bills of the business. Have y'all had a chance to check out the membership portal? Just, answer in the comments if you have. Yes. Okay, good. So if you've had a chance to check that out, have you looked at the recommended reading list? It's under, I believe, the resources tab. In it is a book called Profit First. I strongly, strongly recommend you read this book as it will help you better understand business financials, and it teaches you a new method and several principles so that your business can be more profitable. Now, it is a challenging way to think, but it definitely will help. Many people have gone through or read this book and have discovered that their business was not profitable, that they actually were running a hobby and not a business. So I want to encourage you all to read that so that if you need to make changes now, you can do so. Because this year is the year we're all going to be profitable, and we're going to be more profitable in 2021 than we were in any year previously. And if you're just starting your business, this is a great place to start because you're setting up a great foundation so that you can build your business on top of. Now, I'm not going to keep going on and on about the book. I encourage you to read it. Remember, that's something that I said in the welcome video in the membership portal. I encourage you to show up and to show up for yourself and for your business. So, reading that book is a way of showing up for yourself and your business. It's increasing your knowledge, just like listening to this video and applying the techniques and tips that I'm showing you. It's the same principle. So, go get the book. Now, I want to break down some insight for you to properly profit plan and to organize your financials. So the first thing I want to encourage you to do is to grab your calendar and you want to block off your days. You're saying, what days am I blocking off? You're going to block off the days that you will be working in your business. Most of you are beauty professionals or aspiring beauty professionals, whether you're licensed or not, because there are some services that can be provided that you don't necessarily need a license for. That's what I'm referring to. If you are not licensed, you should not be providing services that require a license. Just for y'all. Okay. So, and I'm saying that because I'm in Texas. In Texas, TDLR, which is the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, they don't play that. If they catch you doing services and you're not licensed for them, they're going to find you. And those fines can be anywhere upwards of $10,000 or more. And they will block you from ever getting a license to get those, to provide those services legally. So just be careful with that, y'all. Okay, so you're going to be blocking days off that you want to see your clients. So, for example, if you only want to see clients 2 days a week, which 2 days are that? And then you're going to block the rest of them off on your booking calendar service, whatever service you use, Canally, Acuity Scheduling, whatever service you use. Make sure that you're going and you're turning off the days that you're not going to see clients. Now, in your calendar, you're also going to mark off days that you plan on taking vacations, days that you want just some personal time, days that you want to take off for your children, days that you want to take off for attending educational seminars, conferences, days you want to exercise, spiritual days, and whatever else your heart desires. You just want to take off or mark off all the days that you don't want to be servicing clients in any capacity, whether that's physical, virtual, however the case may be. Include back office days, days where you're, for example, if you sell products like myself, days that you want to only be packaging orders and processing them out, or days that you're making products if you handcraft, or if you private label wholesale, days that you're packaging and labeling your products. Mark that onto your calendar. And you may say, why do I have to do all that? Because we're getting ready to profit plan and we need to know what days you're available to do what tasks and what activities. We also want to be able to understand our bandwidth, and that means what we can and cannot do. For example, there are 24 hours in a day. You should be sleeping 8 of those hours. So that leaves us what, 16? Yeah, 16 hours left. Of those 16 hours, do you plan to work solely for the 16? No, because you still need a chance to eat, you need to go to the bathroom. You're going to talk to somebody. So let's say we'll take out another 3 to 4 hours for all of those tasks. Now that leaves you with 12 hours. 12 hours left in the day. Are you still going to work those 12 hours? Can you work those 12 hours? If you're like, no, the type of work I do, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a barber, I don't want to stand on my feet for 12 hours. And I get it. That's perfectly understandable. So you need to go in and write down, okay, my bandwidth, my capability, I'm only limited to work 6 hours a day because heaven forbid you have a health issue. I can only stand for 4 hours a day. Whatever your bandwidth is, you need to be able to mark this down on the planner in your calendar. I'm only going to work for 2 days a week and I can only work 4 to 6 hours on those 2 days. That's important to know when we start profit planning. So let's move on. After you have your calendar is marked with all the days that you're taking off and all the days that you're going to see clients, count up the days that you're going to see clients and kind of circle that number, put it to the side. The next thing I want you to do, and you're going to do it on a blank sheet of paper. And I'm just giving y'all the process now. Don't try to just do it all now. Otherwise, you might miss some of the information. I mean, although you will be able to watch the replay, I want you to follow along with me just so you can understand it. And then later on, you actually take the steps and you can rewatch the video so you can pause it, do the steps I'm telling you to do, play it, and keep going. So after you have the number of days that you're actually going to be seeing clients in back office and so forth, you're going to go to another blank sheet of paper. And I want you to write out a list of all the money you need to survive in a month. And I'm talking personal. So you're going to list out your bills, your mortgage, your utilities, lights, gas, water, your groceries, your credit card bills, any things you might need for your children, any things you might need for yourself, dry cleaning. I mean, whatever, your personal money that you spend on clothes, whatever you spend money on a month-to-month basis, write it down. And I encourage you to look at your bank statement when you do this, because there are lots of things that we might overlook that you need to account for in this list. So after you list out all your bills, and I want to encourage you as business owners, you need to have health insurance. So if you don't have it through the state, you need to go and look for it privately. Yes, it's more expensive, but you need it. As a business owner, you need to take care of your health. If you're not healthy, you cannot take care of your clients and customers, especially during this time that we're dealing with COVID and we are officially in flu season. You need to be taking care of yourself. So you need to be taking out or budgeting money for your health insurance, budgeting money for your life insurance, and budgeting money for your retirement funds, because we all know we're not going to be behind a chair. And I say chair because almost every beauty job at some point you're sitting in a chair or standing in a chair or behind a chair. So you're not going to do this forever. Even if you say, oh, I love this, I want to do something in that capacity. So you might move from doing it to teaching it. That's still a pivot, a change. So your money may go up, it may go down. You need to be planning for retirement at some point. So you need to be putting money aside. So make sure with your list of bills that you have coming out every month, you're listing health insurance, life insurance, and your retirement money. Now, total that up, and you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it by 2. This is how much money you want your business to pay you. So take this total number and circle it. Now set it aside. We'll go to another blank sheet. We're going to do this same process to evaluate our business expenses. Again, your rent or your mortgage, utilities, include your Wi-Fi, because you should have Wi-Fi. Everybody asks for it when they get into your place of business. Supplies that you may need. For example, again, my background is aesthetics. So every month I'm buying out new skincare products. I probably order new towels because towels and sheets eventually they need to be replaced. Any back bar supplies that you need, you want to account for that. And anything else that your business pays for. For example, if you pay for monthly booking scheduling services, you need to account for that. If you're paying for Zoom, you need to account for that. Any expense that your business pays, you need to account for it. Write them all out. Again, check your business bank account to make sure that you're not missing anything. You're going to write out that total, circle that number. So now we have two totals, our business total and our personal total. Your business total, multiply that by 2 as well. Remember, we're following the same process. So I now have my business total and I have my personal total. We're going to add that together. This is the total amount of money your business should be making every single month. Now, I want you to take this monthly number, multiply it by 12, then divide it by 52. This is our weekly number. And I want you to take your total number, multiply it by 12, dividing by 4 to get your weekly number, instead of taking that original monthly number and dividing by 4. I want your number to be as accurate as possible. And as you know, some months have 5 weeks. So we want to account for that discrepancy. So you're going to take your total number, multiply by 12, divide by 4. This is now our weekly number. Give me 1 second. I want to check my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So after we take that weekly number, how many days a week did you say you wanted to see clients? And I'm just going to give you I'm going to throw out random numbers. Let me open my calculator in case I need it. Give me 1 second. Y'all on Clubhouse? Clubhouse, stay sending me alerts. Okay. So let's say our total number for the week was $5,000, and that would put us at on average. Okay, let me see. 5,000. I knew I was gonna need this calculator. 5,000 puts us at $260,000 a year, and that's if we're making $5,000 a week. But say that $5,000 a week, and you're only working 2 days a week, so that's $2,500 a day. That's how much money you need to make a day to reach your financial goal of $260,000 a year. Turn over to a new blank page, and now you're going to write down all the streams of income you have available to you. Again, most of you are beauty professionals, so write down all the services you can provide and the average cost of each. Be sure to include any digital or physical products you sell. For example, I'm gonna always most likely use myself as an example. As I get to know you all, I will start to use you as examples too to help you better understand the numbers. But for myself, for my spa side, my services, the average price of a service is $100. Actually, that's not true. Maybe it's about $125 a service, and I work probably 4 days a week with clients. And honestly anticipate that number is going to change as my business changes, my business grows. I won't be always the one. I actually already now, I'm not always the one who services my clients. But my point is, you need to evaluate your business and what you can and cannot do. As my business grows, I know I'm going to have less of a physical touch on clients. Of course, I'll always have some VIP clients who just, I've started, who've been with me from the beginning, who I'll probably keep for some time. But so I work for about 4 days a week. So now let's say my average client, service is $125, and I only want to work about four and a half, no, about 5 hours a day is what I do. And my average service time is about 60 minutes. So let's say we'll do 6 hours. So 6 times 125, that only gives me $750. Now that's not including tips, and most of my clients tip. And my goal, let's say, remember from our example, my goal is $2,500 a day. $750 is what I'm doing out of my services. So that doesn't add up. There's a huge discrepancy. This means I won't meet my financial goal. Now, this means I need to look at other ways to bring in additional streams of income. So now I sell skincare products. So let's say with those 6 clients, and my average retail ticket is about $60. So I had 6. So let's do 60. 60 times 6 is another 360 plus $750. So now my total is, with my customers and them buying products, my total is $1,110. My goal was still $2,500. There's still a difference. So now what other avenues could I pop in or create to help bring in that difference in money? So I have digital products that I sell. You guys are utilizing one of my digital products. Where can I sell it? Can I sell it on my own website? Okay, am I going to do the right marketing to get it out there? Or am I going to consider other platforms like maybe Amazon, maybe Etsy, maybe creating an affiliation program so other people can promote for me? So the point is, you need to think about all the different streams of income that you have available to you, and you write down the cost of them and how many you would need to sell to get to your day. I mean, your total financial goal for that day. And I want to give you this quick little thing. Because of how COVID worked out, if you did a lot of in-person events, I hope you transitioned over to doing virtual events so that you did not have to cancel that stream of income. Because at this point in time, we are increasing our streams of income, not decreasing. Okay, so list all the streams of income you have. Now take your daily number and figure out how many of each stream you need to make your goal. Is your goal realistic? And so far, from as I was breaking it down, initially my goal wasn't realistic. I only was able to make $750 a day, seeing 6 clients, when my goal was 2,500. That's not realistic. So I had to come up with additional streams of income to bring my number up. And I gave you 2 examples: digital products and my skincare products, and selling retail. So that caused my number to increase. But in my example, I didn't continue to break it down to get to 2,500. But I'll tell you personally, I have enough streams to make my financial goal. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing and make sure you have enough streams of income to meet your financial goal. The whole point of this exercise is for 4 things. One, I wanted to help you identify the cost and the money flowing out of your home and your business. When I told you to list out all the things that you were spending money on, I said, I encourage you to look at your bank statement. This way, you're making sure you're not forgetting anything. As you go through your bank statement, and don't just do 1 month, do like 2 months. Probably do the last quarter of 2019, what you spent in October, November, and December. Yes, the holidays were there, so you probably spent a little bit more in other areas, but you still want to account for those things. So you can look at it and see, you know what? I'm really eating out a lot. I'm really using DoorDash a lot, and I don't have to because I'm paying a lot of fees. I can go to the grocery store. Or you know what? I'm seeing how much money I'm spending at the grocery store, and I really shouldn't. Maybe I can go invest in a Sam's card or a Costco card and buy in bulk so I can reduce those costs. Or then with your business, you're looking at all the transactions coming through, and you're like, you know what? I'm paying for Acuity scheduling system. I'm paying for a Venmo, and there's a new software, and I'm gonna tell y'all more about this because I was just turned on to it and I absolutely love it. It's called Groove Funnels, and you're paying for these services. You're paying and Kartra and Kajabi, so you're paying for all these services, and these services total up to, let's just say, $800 a month. And there's this new service called Groove Funnels that does all of those platforms at a fraction of the cost. So would you rather cancel these out, save this $800, and then only pay for this one, which is like $299? I'm just saying that as an example. So think about that. That's what this exercise was meant to do. Make you look at all the things coming out of your account and reevaluate what's needed and what's not needed so that you can make a change. I'll tell y'all more about GrooveFunnels at the end of the video because I do really want to tell y'all about that service. It's amazing. Okay, the next thing this exercise was meant to do was to help you establish in your mind how much money you need to make daily to comfortably live your life. If you need $5,000 a day comfortably to live your life, then you need to make sure you getting your behind up and you showing up every day in your business so you can make $5,000. Because if you don't, and you only see those 6 clients, you do no retail, you have no other streams of income, you're only bringing in $750. You're going to be homeless real fast. So you need to sit down, think about these numbers, and you break the numbers down. That's why we marked off how many days a week we were trying to see clients. We're only seeing clients 2 days a week, and we know that's only pulling in $1,500 for those 2 days, and you needed 5 times 7, $3,500. That's going to tell you I need to evaluate how many days a week I can see clients, or I've got to really pick up these other additional streams of income. So the third thing this exercise does is to identify again all the money streams that you have available to you and to open your eyes on creating additional streams of income. I highly, highly, highly recommend beauty service professionals to have some sort of retail. I told y'all how much my average ticket is, $60. So for every facial client that comes in, I say, okay, so, and it's part of my consultation. What's your skincare routine right now? What products are you using at home? And most of them go, or at least new clients. Oh, well, I use ABC on Tuesdays, and then 6 months later, I changed to DEFG. And oh, I don't really use anything. I just use hot water. So I always go back and say, okay, this is what your skin goal is. Just using hot water is not going to get it. These are the products that I recommend from my line. I recommend all of these. And today you can get it for $100. But you know what? I'm going to give you 10% off. So now you can get it for $90. I just up my sales ticket. I just up my quota for the day. And then I do that for every single client. And you're like, okay, well, what about when they come back that next month? That next month, hey, how are the products doing? How are you liking it? You love it? They're working great for you? Okay, on average, my products should last you about 2 months before you need to re-up. So at that point, I might say, okay, great. During your service today, I recommend we try this upgrade. And then let's just say, I did a hydro jelly mask, and remember my background is aesthetics. A hydro jelly mask, people do a lot of videos of them on YouTube. It's a cooling mask that you put on the face. They smell really good, they feel really nice, and they come off and they make the face feel nice. I said, oh, did you like that? And they go, oh yeah, I love that. Guess what? I got that for retail in the spa. It's for $40. You can take it home and you can use it once a week. And this pack will last you until your next facial. I just sold them some more product. $40 and the ticket has been increased. So, some sort of retail product. You can sell your own products or you can sell someone else's products. But I encourage you to sell your own, because if you're selling someone else's product, you're only going to get a commission on it. And a commission, I want to say most I've seen is 50% commission. Why not take 100% commission? If you don't know how to start your own, create your own skincare line, I have a course that breaks it down for you step by step. Create some sort of retail line for your business. It is a quick and easy way to upgrade your ticket sales for the day to increase your profits. The last thing or point this exercise was meant to do is to reevaluate your business, where you are and where you're trying to go. When you wrote out your goals, you had to think about what you wanted to achieve in the year. You had to think about how much money you wanted to make. This is going to cause you to sit down to think about, where do you want to be December 31st, 2021? Now work backwards. What do you need to do throughout the year to accomplish that goal of December 31st, 2021? So that's the information I really wanted to share with you all today. I want to encourage you that you can do it. If you have any questions, let's actually look at the chat real quick. If you have any questions, you can put them now. I'm going to give you all a moment to put that down in the chat if you have any questions while I go over your homework assignment, because yes, you have homework. There's no point in me just teaching you this if you don't actually apply it. Now, again, if y'all don't have any questions, don't feel bad. It's quite all right. If you come up with some later, go and put them in our Facebook group. I pop in every day and I will be answering them. I'm going to go over the homework really quickly. Number one, set some goals for this year. Make sure they are SMART goals, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely goals. Number two, I want you to figure out your numbers for this year. How much money you need and want to earn every single day. What is your goal? Number three, determine if your current revenue streams are sufficient to achieve that money goal. I think I'm going to pop on, and this will be one of those business monthly lessons. I'm going to pop on again before the month is out and go over money streams. I'm going to go over what money streams are, some different money streams that you can take advantage of so that if your numbers didn't line up, I want to give you some tips and some tricks so they can line up. So I'm looking at the chat, and right now I don't have any questions, so that's quite all right. But again, just pop into the Facebook group. I'm actually going to start a thread called Q&A, and I'm going to ask that you put all of your questions on that thread. That way they don't get buried or lost in the mix of us just talking in the group. So on that note, y'all have an amazing, amazing day. I hope you are getting the most benefit from this group. I can't wait to help you guys build your brands and scale the business and make more money. Bye.